Well, we didn't get to stay, so wanted to, but we gotta pick up Cheesecake. But I was gonna, God, no Coke Zero. They just have Diet Coke. Diet Coke has aspartame. I don't know. That's okay. The Coke Zero. Some lady was telling me about Coke Zero today. It's better for you. But anyway, we're gonna take off to downtown Fort Worth. And it's going to be the Cheesecake Factory. What in the world? Old South. They do militia meetings there. They're like old school militia. They're not like real militia, I don't think. I don't know, they might be. Definitely the guy that runs it has a presence. And the lady has a presence too. Some type of presence. But, you know, people have a commanding presence. We're going to head down. Oh, let's see. No, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way, the Star Wars way. That way is the way towards, I don't know what that is. That would be Rosedale. So this will go to the highway. Then we'll spin around. I heard rumors that this Cheesecake Factory was closed. But I just called them and they're perfectly open. They're downtown. Linda and I got kicked out. We got kicked out of the Fort Worth Cheesecake Factory because I was making a fuss. I wanted to wash my hands the same time Linda washed her hands, and she got mad. And she confronted the entire restaurant and said, "Do y'all have boyfriends that want to wash their hands the same time that you want?" I try to do everything harmoniously. Oh, I tried to. I learned it from a visiting pastor at MacArthur Boulevard Baptist. He came in. He was a big, heavy-set guy. And he was talking about divorce because he helped the couple stay together. And he was doing a marriage counseling kind of, or a marriage course that Angel and I were taking. And in the marriage course, he said, in marriage, you're to bring heaven to earth and earth to heaven. Okay? So you're to bring heaven to earth and earth to heaven. And you're also to do things harmoniously. So, in harmony. I'm going to try this way. I'm just guessing. This will probably get me downtown Fort Worth. Yeah, so you're basically to do things harmoniously and try not to hurt other marriages, I guess. But don't all marriages compete, you know, because only so many marriages can have money, you know. You've got these millionaires over here, or these billionaire marriages over here, and then you have these poor people over here. And for whatever reason, maybe medical, or they need a rehab, or something, they want more money. So they blame all these rich people over here, and it ruins their marriage because they can't get their money. It's hard to get other people's money, of course, unless they stole it. Well, in this area it is. Those guys are great. All right, well, they're, you know, Old South has this kind of presence, you know. They only close down for maintenance once a month, and then they're 24 hours all the time, 7 days a week. So they're a 24-hour pancake house 7 days a week, unless you count that 1 day of maintenance a month. So they close down to vacuum and clean up puke stains and things like that. There's people that, all types of people that go there. But the guy that, the host, one of the main host guys, he's got like this commanding presence, you know. And then the lady there that works there too, she's kind of the same. They're just kind of like commanders or something. It used to just be kind of, the Old South people were, I'm gonna say losers, but like, think of Slacker, you know, Richard Linklater, Slacker kind of, you know. But the reason they're probably that way is because it's 24 hours. And a lot of people use the place. I use them for internet, but a lot of people, I was gonna apply to Uber and use their internet's pretty fast, about as fast, well, about I don't know if it's as fast as Apple, but it's pretty good. I've uploaded a lot of shows there, and it's my secondary upload. It used to be Whole Foods was my secondary upload, but they're like a secondary upload. And the guy was still pretty cool because he was the one that they were going to help Linda, and she just wasn't in the right condition, I don't think, to start. Not there, that 24-hour place. That's really rough, you know. And then they have to work into the night and things like that. She might be, if she gets sober. If she's sober, they might be able to. We'll have to see. We're gonna 13mm and then go right into to Cheesecake. I just think some of the other places are more kind of trivial. When you're dealing with Old South, it's more than just a restaurant, you know, because you're dealing with people that are coming in there. There were some guys in the parking lot that were acting kind of weird, and they have to keep kind of, they do have like meetings there. Like the Daughters of the South will meet there or something, or they'll have like a militia group, you know, come and take it group, you know, don't tread on me group. They'll have a meeting and they'll be like Dixie flags and stuff, because they pertain to the Old South, you know, in those meetings, you know, the rebellious alliance of the Civil War, you know, that kind of thing. Their Circle, they're awesome. Circle Theater, if you're an actor, they're right there. But they do have that kind of presence a little bit. They're kind of cool. They used to not be that way. Like I said, it would be like an old lady or a heavy-set lady that smoked cigarettes nonstop. You know, she'd be behind the counter. This guy looks like you make one loud noise. Could y'all keep it down, please? I don't know. He just has this like presence kind of, you know. When Linda ran out the back, I was like, where did she go? We don't know. She went out the back. At least they told me. I would have been waiting like all day. And that's when she took off, supposedly to Houston, but it wasn't really to Houston. Not going to give out her whereabouts. She's okay. There's a radio station somewhere around here, because I give them a headshot and resume. Yep, it's right here. Oh, in the middle of the road, right there, 92.1. It's KTFW. It's two of them. This is FM right there. I gave him a headshot. It's Hank FM, Real Country. And then there's another one that's like right here, if you can see it through the trees. Trees got it. Makes me mad. Let me see. See the partial one. So let's see if they put it on the wall. Something like this right here. Hopscotch. I always say that. I always say the word hopscotch. Let me see if we can get it. I can't see it from that angle. But here's the big hat. Fort Worth is actually becoming kind of a destination to hang out. Oh my God, the flying saucer's still there. I thought they closed it down. That's the flying saucer. It was there in college. Yep, and it's got the saucers on the wall. It's still flipping there. Amazing. Amazing. This is like, up there's the Petroleum Club way up there. I've been up there a couple times. Let's see, there it is. That's what we're looking for. Cheesecake Factory right next to Bass. Then we're gonna go through AMC Palace, turn to the right, and I'll probably just go in the parking garage because I gotta pick up this tiramisu and cheesecake and drop it off at your doorstep. Oh, my neck. It was a long jog the other day. I went on a 2 hour and 26 minute 2 days ago. And then yesterday it was a 2 hour and 15 minute. And today was 1 hour and 40. An hour and 40 minutes. This is Palace right here. It's basically AMC. Yeah, the guy that runs that host, he looks like a friend of mine named Brandon Carter. But it's not him, because he'd be older. Brandon Carter would be like in his 50s now, or close to it. There's Cheesecake right there. Factory. That's where we're going. And usually around this time, you don't have to worry about the 1 hour, $3 thing. Rob and I had done some, well, we were trying to do a feature. We did a feature. And it was Once in a Lifetime was the name. From Now Until Morning was the short. The Way of Man was the second one. And the third one was called That Side. And then open up, please. $3 is $3. That's fine with me. The convenience of parking, please. I don't think they charge this late, but if they do, it's not the end of the world. It's a Monday. It's 9:13. is probably, I don't know. I'm trying to think. This is the 3rd floor. I don't know, I'll just park here. Okay, I'm gonna need this. Did you know this could be a gun? It's not. See? It's got my library card. But did you know you can make one that looks just like that? Did you know that? That's what's crazy. Something just like this. Because Zippos look that way. Called zip guns. Okay, and this is where all the Shamus park. Well, a few of them. I don't know why they park there anyway. It's like so obvious. The most obvious place in the world. Even because of the parking garage, it's like stupidest area. Hang on, they're usually also like right over here too. About right, because the station is like right there. So it's like reservoir parking over that way. It's like extra parking. What the heck was that? I have no clue. I think my knee will get through it. I'm just gonna have to be careful and do the 90-minute runs probably. An hour and 40 is not exactly 90 minutes. It's about 100 minutes in it. An hour would be 60, 40, yep, 100 minutes. That 10 minutes decrease might help. This is a lonely road here at times, especially if you're coming into Fort Worth. Looks like we got to walk on this one. That's where I met James Patterson right there. Not up there, but it would be in Maximus. What do you call it? Maximum or Maximus? Maximus Ride is the name of the novel. I used to call it Maximus Drive, but it's Maximus Ride. And I met him in there. Right in there. First thing he talked about in his little interview was Stephen King. It's like everyone gets me mixed up with Stephen King or something like that. He was signing autographs right there through that window. Or right there on the other side of that window. And Sarah got his autograph, my first wife. I didn't, because I'm a Stephen King fan. It'd be wrong for to, we got copyright. Here's some of it right here. And there's another. That's probably Jacob Dylan. All right, so Cheesecake. And there it is. Kind of like in the Never-Ending Story, when Sebastian has to run between the two seraphims, the laser comes down, he has to jump by them. This says Nancy Lee Bass Performance Hall, Perry R. It was done in 1998. They've run every Broadway show through here, or as many as they can. Look at the foot right here. That is amazing. Yeah, it's it's an architectural masterpiece. It's two trumpets right here. There's one, and there's the other trumpet right there. It's Bass Hall, made by philanthropist known as Bass. All right, another great building. Let's go get cheesecake and tiramisu. Not for me though, for your doorstep. This is the one we got kicked out of. So I'm in incognito. He's paid at the bar. Alright, got your cheesecake and tiramisu. We'll be dropping it off at your doorstep. Step. Step, 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 step. Step for Daphne, step. Step for Daphne, step. Step, step, step. She wants you to step, step, step. Star Cruise Galactic. Or Galactic Star Cruiser, is that what it is? Step, step, step. Step and step and step. Go back to your van. Go back to your van. Step, step, step. Maybe one day, towards retirement, I'll get the Large Marge. Large Marge sent me. The Large Marge sent me. Wait a minute. Hang on for a second. Wait a minute. Did I come out? Yeah, I came out through this way. Was it this door? I don't think it was this one. No, it was. You're right, it was. All the Shamu is scattered. If the fish comes in, it's Jonah riding inside the well. So the Shamus run. You know, a well can swallow a whole Shamu. A huge well. He just swim right up. Jonah would be right inside. Killer whale goes right in his belly. Jonah's like, whoa, this is getting dangerous. Killer whale's in there. It dries up and just dies. Dries up and dies. The Shamu. Orca. It's got to be this one. I don't know if it's going to let me in. This one right here has a gate, but I really don't think it's going to let me in. So I'm thinking, like, how do they re-enter? Yeah. So you can go one way and not the other. It turns into the Wiz, like the Wizard of Oz. Well, we'll just have to go in through the side. You climb up there if you're all, what's it called? New York Story. What was it called? The Warriors. Warriors, come out and play Bobby Scares. Warriors. Nah, it'd be the other way around. We were the Warriors. Yeah, we have to go through this way. Meow, meow, kitty, moo, moo. Wouldn't let me in. That's just smiling. Because it wouldn't let me in over there. It's like, what choice do I have? I got a sidewalk right here. Warriors, come out and play, Warriors. You gotta see the Warriors. Robert De Niro was gonna be one of the baseball guys. Turned it down. De Niro regrets it. I've heard interviews. I don't know why I turned it down. It wouldn't have been that big of a part. Let me reattach right here. Yeah, the Warriors didn't do it. It was somebody else. They blamed them. Imagine this vlog in New York. Gotta be careful on the subways, man. I never took them. Always jogged everywhere. All right, we're gonna go. Open trunk. Open trunk. There it goes. That should be good. Looks like this drop's gonna be 1.6. Dropping it to your doorstep. It's the cheesecake and the tiramisu. Strawberry cheesecake, one of my favorites. Tiramisu's not bad too. It means pick me up. That's so good. Look at that. Oh, fixed it. And the camera's still on. Yep, 2.2. 2.2. Retake. 2.2 miles. 7 minutes. We'll be there at 9:41 on the arrival. We'll try to do maybe one more. And I don't know if I'm gonna go by Old South or not to fill it out. I might fill it out at home if I remember. I almost did, and it went off for the cheesecake. Uber's not the safest game in town. I'm talking about rideshare, depending on where you're at. Because some of those drops, I've written about it on my fiction press and fan fiction. Some of those drops are a little sketchy, you know? Uber Eats is what got me assaulted off of Harry Hines. I got assaulted. I was punched in the chin, so I wrote a book about it to get over the assault. Because assault is a really big deal when you're assaulted. If you ever are assaulted, like truly assaulted, it's a big deal. You don't see it coming and you get suckered punched. And that is a very big deal. It hurts pretty bad. Not just because of the hit, but the hit can hurt because your head turns quickly. But it's so sudden and it's so rude and disgusting that you cry about it later. Everyone does when they're assaulted. You'll find a time to privately cry after you're assaulted. It happened to Angela Gant in Spanish Harlem. Why in the world is it doing this? It does it to me every time. All right, I've been through this before. I think I've vlogged it too. Naturally, you would think, oh, you can leave this way. Anyway, yeah, Angela Gant was beat nearly to death in Spanish Harlem. That one has a little thing on it. Security bicycle. Yeah, Rob and I were doing a thing here, and there was a security bicycle guy, and we had to like leave like really quick because we were doing on the top floor. It was once in a lifetime. We were doing a whole scene of it with a Corbin Thorpe video and with a Samsung 8, where when Rob's car pulls up and then my car pulls up and all that stuff. It was done at the top of this parking lot. And one of the bicycle security guys were approaching us. We could see him from below. And then we took off just in time. Okay, let me see something. Elevator stairs. Yeah, these are the weird ones. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna put on 13mm. Let me take, well, I'll just let R2 speak. This is the time when R2 does his little monologue. Let me see something. Yeah. Elevator stairs. This is just like the Wiz or the Warriors kind of thing. It reminds me of that. It has exit here, and you can follow them, but it doesn't always give you the right exit. It'll take you to the wrong area if you miss it. This is Sundance Square parking lot. It's where we filmed Once in a Lifetime. And The Way of Man. No, just Once in a Lifetime. And From Now Until Morning. Not The Way of Man. We did that on the other side of town, West 7th. Man, it's the same thing. It is the exact same thing. See, that one might take me, but see, this will just take me in a circle. I've done this before. Oh man. Yeah, Lee, I don't know. That's why I'm vlogging it. Oh no, this is right. Camera phone is currently using the microphone. Camera on the iPhone is currently using the microphone. Okay. Let's see here.
Hello. You have a better night. I flashed him the signal. 3 children, baby. 3 children. I'll have a great night. Every night's the best night of my life because of those 3 children. I couldn't have a better night in my entire life to know those 3 children are perfectly healthy. All right, let's see where we're going. Look where it wants me to go. Look how tricky that is. This is like rideshare heaven. Okay, let me go this way. the time is rideshare heaven. Yeah, rideshare heaven. You think it is, but it gets eerie. It gets eerie. It's the tumbleweed goes by. New York City, it's like dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. The whole freaking movie is choreographed to music. It's a symphony, it's a dance. It is a beautiful dance. Scorsese likes Red Shoes, the movie Red Shoes. And he understands that the movie is a dance. It's like a symphony, a musical symphony to movement, to dance. That's how he approaches movies. I can tell by watching him. And Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver is like a dance. I don't know why they didn't do a musical on it. You know, a Broadway musical. I don't know if they ever even thought about it. Why not, you know? Got Travis Bickle singing a song. God's lonely man, na na. God's lonely man, God's lonely man. You know, it could easily have been a musical, without a doubt. It just never was, you know? I think that it was probably because of the violence in the end. How would they do that? It would be great to turn Taxi Driver into a musical with the Bernard Herrmann score. Oops, got a message. I figured out this. Okay, it's just an email. You know, the Bernard Herrmann score. Dancers, backup dancers are like these prostitutes that are, you know, you have this 12-year-old dancing around talking about, her name's Iris. Use the same dialogue. You got like this, what's that guy's name? The one, Albert. I forget his name every time. Who's also in Drive. What is his name? I forget it every time. Every time. He plays the political advisor guy. They're doing a campaign for We Are the People. There's an actor that played him. He has crazy, wiry hair. I want to say his name was Albert. I always call him Albert. I miss that guy every time. Travis Bickle, Robert De Niro, Iris, Jodie Foster, Sybil Shepherd played Betty White, I think is what her name was. I'll have to look it up though. I could be wrong. I hear the campaign guy's name in my head, but I can't recall it. There's a bunch of characters in it. There's a campaign guy that's, yeah, I said it again in my head. My thoughts sometimes work too quick. And it's hard for me to slow them down so I can catch them and put them on the tongue. But there's a campaign manager. There's also a guy running for office. I don't know if he's running for president, but he's running for an important figure in for New York, like the mayor of New York or something. And there's a scene where he asks Travis Bickle, you know, what would you want us to do to make the city better? And Travis Bickle, you know, he goes, I'd want you to, you know, clean up the city.
You know, just like maybe a rain will come in and wash all this away, you know. Because it smells, it gives me headaches, you know. Just trash and all this stuff. And then the campaign manager is like, well, that's a good request, Travis Bickle. And we'll work on that. You know, cleaning up the city and all. He's got this response, a rebuttal response, you know. Sure, we'll clean it up. We'll make it look really nice. Get all the trash off the street. It's exactly what we need to do. All the scum. You know, you got to see that scene. It's great. You know the campaign manager's name, though. You can look it up. He's like we'll get all those names in a minute. Harvey Keitel plays the pimp. His name's Sport. Sport is the guy's name. And Harvey Keitel took a real pimp off the street, brought that pimp to the actor's studio, and went into the basement to interview him. Very River Phoenix. River Phoenix did the same thing for My Own Private Idaho. He took a male prostitute off the streets, set him down, and asked him questions and interviewed him. Not interrogation, but interviewed him. It wasn't to judge him. It was to understand him and to get his rhythm, to get his motions and his rhythms down. Harvey Keitel did that for Sport. A real pimp. James Lipton was such in France. He was a real, I forgot the name, a feck, what's that? Some kind of hacker. That's what he called me. So James Lipton called me a hacker. He called me a hack in his mind. That's what he called me. It's gonna be like right here. Those are his last words. All right. Sport, Iris, Travis Bickle, Sybil Shepherd, probably Betty White or something like that. I don't know her name. Betsy. Her name was Betsy.